Did you know that you can design hundreds of t-shirts within just a few moments? So in this video, I'm going to show you how to bulk create designs following a certain theme or niche. So keep on listening and keep on watching. So I just came over here on Etsy and typed in Valentine's shirts, superlative. So that's just going to give you those different shirts. That's going to give a characteristic of a person wearing the shirt. So like these where it says Galentine's. So you can also do Galentine's too. Galentine's crew most likely to. So the most likely to shirt. So you can search that as well and get these. So most likely to kiss on the first day, ask a guy out, be as sweet as candy, stuff like that. And you can also do it as you know how it has when you do like the friend shirts, when you say like the bossy one or the sassy one or the rich one, you could do that based on Valentine's Day as well. So I came over here to Etsy though to get some design inspiration and to see what was already successful and what was selling. As you can see, there's a couple different listings. Some of them appear to be the same design. So we don't want to completely copy somebody. We're just looking for inspiration and different ideas. So now that you have a feel about what goes into what's needed for the bulk designing, I'm going to use a tool called ChatGPT. I know a lot of people are familiar with that. And I'm going to use it to help me to think of those most likely to or those superlative type of quotes. So we're going to go to ChatGPT, and there is a free version that you can use. I have the paid version, but the free version works fine in this instance. So this is where you can go in and ask questions so that it can give you feedback on what you need to do. So I'm going to type in, please give me a list of t-shirt ideas and funny short phrases complete to complete this phrase for Valentine's Day. For a group of friends, or you can do like family members, to describe themselves. And I'm gonna put most likely to. Then hit enter and see what we pull up. So here you can see some of them most likely to fall in love at first swipe, to be ghosted, to stay single by choice, eat the whole box of chocolates, say it's complicated. There's some for anti-Valentine's Day or anti-Valentine's humor. Most most likely to boo Cupid, most likely to be over it already. So you can see how you can work with these. They're really funny and very witty. Most likely to forget it's Valentine's Day, bring their pet on a date, be their own Valentine, love me, myself, and I, over the top romantic, cry during a proposal, inside jokes to slide into the DMs. So you can see there is a lot that you can go with. That was 35 options already. So with ChatGPT, it asks for a certain number of outputs. So right now we have the 35. So let's say we wanted 50 instead. So we're going to go up here. I'm just going to copy what I said before. Then I'm going to scroll down and paste. And then I'm going to say, please give me a list of 50 t-shirt ideas and funny shirt phrases to complete this phrase for Valentine's Day for a group of this is supposed to say friends, but I guess they understood what I was saying. To describe themselves as most likely to. Let it populate. As you can see, it gave some new ideas. Flirt with the waiter, buy themselves flowers. Some of them are repeats, but that's fine because we're just looking to expand our list and hopefully it's not too many duplicates. So here's our 50. So the next thing we want to do, because we want to add the list of all these things to a Google Sheets, which is the Microsoft for the Google version of Microsoft Excel. So before we do that, to make it easier, I'm just going to say, put all of these in a list or an unnumbered list without the most likely to at the beginning. Thanks. And then I don't want the bullet points either. Remove the bullet points as well. So now we just have the endings. And once it's done, we're just going to copy that or highlight all of that. Right click, copy. And then we're going to go to our Google Sheets. It is web-based. So I'm going to go to my Google Sheets and just go to docs.google.com and /spreadsheets. Then I'm going to go to start a new spreadsheet. I'm going to name this spreadsheet up at the top, Valentine's most likely to. Now here, my computer was trying to type for me. This is where I'm just going to edit paste or control V. And now I have my list of all those superlatives that ChatGPT gave me. So you can see here's all 50. If you want to, you can put them in ABC order. You could have asked ChatGPT to do that as well, but just to make sure that there are no duplicates. So I'm going to go to data, sort sheet by column A to Z. We just want to make sure that there are no duplicates. And I do not see any, so we are good to go on that part. And now we want to download this list to our computer so that we can bring it over to Canva. So we're going to go to File on the menu bar, go to Download, and then we're going to go to the bottom where it says comma separated values.csv. And then it's going to download to your computer. As you can see, it downloaded and it is showing here, ready to be used. So now let's go ahead and hop on over to Canva. And I have a pro account, but this should work with the free account as well. So I'm going to go to create a design. If you don't know the dimensions, you could just type in t-shirt. I'm just go with this 14 by 18 inch. But if you have particular dimensions that you know for sure, you can always go in and do a custom size. But for now, let's just do the 14 by 18 inch. Once it's open, with your artboard or your canvas ready to go, we're going to use our text. Over here on the left, use our text tool. Click on add a text box. And then type in most likely to. Now you can change the font. So as you can see here, I really like this cursive with the block font. So I'm going to recreate this and use a block font for the crew, most likely to, and then the actual quote or phrase. So we can drag this up. I'm gonna actually increase this just a little bit. Zoom in, move it to the top, center it. And then I want this font to be a cursive that I have in my account. So I'm going to go to the font type over here in the top bar. I'll scroll down. Here's my recently used. I have a font called Amarillo. I think that's gonna be cute, so I'm gonna click on that to change it. So here it is with that font. That might be a little too curly for me. Let's see what this yellow tail looks like. Oh, this is actually supposed to say Valentine's Day anyway, Valentine's crew anyway. So let's do this. Let's change this to Valentine. Getting ahead of myself. Valentine. Okay, so now that's cute. Let's see how that looks with the Amarillo, or if we need to keep it the same. Okay, so I like it with the word Valentine. Then we're gonna add the word crew. Click add text box, color crew. Let's increase this. I don't know why it's so small. We want this to be one of those bold fonts that I was talking about. Let's do impact, for example. Let's click on it. There we go. I can make this bigger or smaller. Make sure it's centered. And then it had like an outline effect. So I'm going to go to effects on our big bar. And then I'm going to go to hollow. And it's just going to leave it as an outline. And if it's too thick or thin, you can increase or decrease the thickness. So I like it a little thinner. And that's that part. So we can add some hearts or something like that. But let's finish the text part. I'm going to add a text box. Type in here, most likely to. Change that to impact as well. I don't know why it's starting off so small right now, but change the size. Most likely to. So lastly with the text, we're gonna go to add text box one more time. And then we're gonna enter just one of the ones from our Google Sheet. I like to do the longest one so that I can scale it proportionately. And then all the rest of the sizes look good. Let's see which one's the longest. Okay. So it looks like this one. Love themselves more than their ex. We're just gonna copy that. Bring it over to Canva. Paste it. Increase it. Change the font to impact or whatever font you're using. Something is stuck down here, so let's see what this is. Okay, so we have another text layer here that we don't need. Delete that. That was the accident. So you can play around with this. Bring it up. And typically I don't want these on more than 2 lines. So you can see here, most of these are on 2 lines. We had a couple on 3. Let's put a space or a line break here. I'm gonna increase the size. So I'm just sizing these up and in place. Let's see if we can change some line spacing. Let's go to this on our menu bar. Line spacing, let's decrease just a tinch. Fill it out more. Now we're just sizing everything up to make it look good. And let's change this all to white or whatever color you want to use. So here it is with all the colors changed. So let me add the graphics because I did want to add some hearts. So let's see if we can find some white hearts. So I'm going to go to elements, go all the way back out elements. There we go. And now you can see some different ones here. So let's go to all graphics, see all. I actually like the shape of this one. So I'm gonna grab that one. And if you need to change it to white, go ahead and change it. But mine was already there. Get rid of this one. I'm gonna duplicate this one. So duplicate, drag it up to the other side. And let's flip it from our menu bar. Let's flip it horizontal. And there is our design along with our graphics. So I did just change the font of the most likely to the cursive just to break up that impact font a little more. And I really like it. So now it's time to actually add all of those phrases that we got from ChatGPT and add it to our Google Sheet. So we're going to go over here to the left-hand side. If we want to go to apps, and then we want to type in bulk create, and we're going to click on this first thing where it says bulk create, and then you're going to go to upload data because we're not going to do it manually. So upload data. We're going to go to our downloads and find that sheet. So here's my Valentine's most likely sheet. Click on open. So we're going to right click on this phrase, then connect data. Then we're going to click on the first listing. So remember, the first thing in our list is be found at the ice cream aisle. And here it is here. So click on that, be found at the ice cream aisle. So it's just letting you know that it found your list and it pulled the first phrase from that list. Click on it, and then we're going to click on continue. So now you will see all of the different ones that we put in here. We want to make sure that they all stay selected because we want to offer all of these. And it's going to be one less than what you had. So I have 50 phrases because I already have one here on the screen. We have 49 left. So let's generate those remaining 49 designs. And now you can see here that 49 have been created. We can scroll down and make sure that everything looks good. So always double check. Now, after you have everything set the way you need it to be, we're just gonna rename this file. So I'm just gonna name it Valentine's, most likely to. I'm gonna name it bulk. Then we're gonna go over here to share, download. We want these to be PNGs. So you do have to have Pro, if I'm not mistaken, to do the PNG with the transparent background. So PNG, transparent background, you can see Pro feature, download. And now we're just gonna wait on them to download. So if you open up your download, you'll see all the different files and you can export them to a folder. So extract all. I'm gonna make a folder. Be Marquita Designs folder. Create new folder. Valentine's. Most likely. Like that folder. and then click on extract. And now you have all of those files in your folder to be uploaded to your print provider. So now you can see where they all are. If you hover over them, you can see the white writing. So if you chose another color, it'll automatically show, but since I chose white, I have to hover over them to see them all. Then you can go over here to our vendor. I use Printify. Go to your store setup, go to catalog, find your shirts. Just gonna go to the unisex shirts or the men's shirts. Search by lowest price. Click on the best one for you. Start designing. Now, unfortunately, you can create all of those listings at once that we did, like how we did in Canva. We have to upload them one by one. But I can show you how to do that in a few shortcuts that's going to make it easier. So first, let's go to variants so that we can select our t-shirt color. Let's say we're going to do red, and I'm going to turn off the white so that we can see our design once we upload it. So let's go to upload, new device, or my device. Find that folder that you extracted those designs to. Valentine's most likely to, and grab the first one. So once I got here, one of the downfalls with choosing the standard size over in Canva is showing that we have a medium resolution. So we want great resolution. We want best resolution. So I'm going to go back to Canva, go to share, download, and increase the size. Typically, Printify wants it to be around 6,000. I'm going to scale it up. As it can go, you can see one of the dimensions is 6,000. Transparent background and resizing is a pro feature as well. Click on download. Let's unzip that file that we just created. Let's go to extract all. We're going to go back to that folder for our Valentine's. Select folder. Click on extract. And I'm just going to replace the files in the destination with these new ones. And then we're going to go back to our printer file. Let's go to upload, my device, open. And now you can see that one of them has a high resolution, which is 426 DPI versus the 150 we had before. Here's the other one, and we want to delete that one. See, the 150, the higher the DPI, the better. Now let's bring this one up. We want to drag it out to the print area to make it a little bigger, you can. Go to preview. See different mockups. So you can go ahead and save this. So you have your mockup. So just right click, save image as, and then we can just do Valentine's, most likely, #1. And you can add it to that same folder so that everything's in the same place. And if you want to do the folded shirt or the shirt on somebody, we'll go through those and see which ones you like the best. I really like this girl's picture. Let's do that version B, but save the product, save selection. You can set which mockups you want to use. Add your title. So I'm just going to say Valentine's Day, most likely to, money, keywords there so that you remember. For this particular listing though, this one was most likely to be my own Valentine. My own, just so that you can stay organized. If you want to, you can change the description. Here is all the pricing suggestions under retail pricing, but you can change that here and you can see the profit margin, as well as the production costs and the estimated shipping costs. So you can change that all here. If you want to add these to your Etsy shops or your Shopify stores, make sure that you have all the information that you want to keep here, select it, and then you're going to go in here and select the store that you want to connect. Now, if you connect it to a store or a Shopify or Etsy shop, you just click on publish so that it can be its own listing. But if you want all of them in one listing with a drop down menu, don't publish them, just save them as drafts. And then once you go into your Shopify or Etsy dashboard, you can then set up the different variants that way. So some of you do not have that already, but you can still make orders. So I would just save it as a draft for now. Then you can always go in and create an order. And once you create an order, it's going to take you to a drop down where you're going to select your size for this particular design, enter all the shipping information, payment information, and be done with it. But to easily make the rest of your designs here or list the rest of your designs here in Printify, all you have to do is click on this duplicate icon. Looks like two pieces of paper. Go in here, change the design by going to this paintbrush, delete this design, upload the next one. Number 2, open, stretch it out, get the guidelines, go to preview, go ahead and grab your mockups, grab your product. So this is the most tedious part for me of the whole process, because I have not figured out just yet how to bulk upload the design and do multiple listings at once. So this one is be over it already. I'm just going to take off where it said copy at the beginning and then change this to over it already. Everything else is still the same. Then save as draft. And now here is your second one. So just duplicate, take a little time, get your process going on, get your rhythm, and you'll be done no more than an hour usually. Typically, it takes me like 30 minutes. So you created your bulk design using Canva, ChatGPT, and Google Sheets, and uploaded them to Printify.